Hi everyone, I've got my learner Andrew with me here today. We're exploring the Making Presentations unit. Before I start this three-part series, I want to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land which we meet on today and pay my respects to the past, present and emerging. My student is studying Diploma of Community Services, and I just want to flag that if any of the content that you view today or my learner experiences today, they can call Lifeline 24 hours, 7 days a week on 13 11 14. The Southwest TAFE Wellbeing Service is also available as my student is a diploma student at Southwest TAFE. Andrew, do you have much experience in making presentations?
A little bit, but not a lot.
Okay, can you share with me just a little bit about what you know about presentations?
Well, I'd like to start with the beginning, which is a brief of what I'm going to do. And then I have a middle where I fill out the brief. And then at the end, I summarise what I've talked about.
Sounds really good. It sounds like you've had some really good experiences with presentations before. What do you think makes a good presentation?
Quality of content and humour.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to have people engaged.
Yes.
And humour really works.
Yeah. What's the best presentation you've ever seen?
One, I went to Melbourne and I went to a 2-day presentation of a psychiatrist on who had suffered neglect and abuse. And this man could just talk to 500 people. He could sense when it was getting too long and he would break into American humour, like Jerry Seinfeld type humour. And then when everybody was refocused, he would just get back to the point.
So what you're saying was good about him is he engaged the audience really well. Is that what you're saying?
That was the strength. And for 2 days.
Okay, that's a long time to talk.
Yes, but he just had it, yes.
Yeah, and Andrew, you're saying Diploma of Community Services. Have you seen anyone in the industry develop, other than that psychiatrist, have you seen anyone in the industry deliver presentations?
My fellow class members developed presentations.
Okay. I've got some paper and some pen here, and I thought that what we would do is together we brainstorm all the things that make a good presentation. So in the middle of the page, I'm going to write good presentation. And you were saying, Andrew, engagement with the audience is that thing. Yeah. So how do you engage the audience?
You start with something light.
Yeah.
Not too difficult.
Yeah.
You gauge their level of comprehension.
Yeah.
No use having a whole lot of stuff in the presentation that they already know.
Yeah.
And no use having a whole lot of stuff in the presentation that they're probably never going to need or understand.
So what you're saying has been relevance really important.
Relevant.
Yeah, let's add that. So we've got relevant, we've got engagement. What else? What else did this psychiatrist do that was really good?
A really good knowledge of his subject.
Well, that helps in the community service sector, doesn't it?
Not essential.
No. Knowledge, subject? Yeah. Okay. What about his body language, or what was that like?
His body language was quite Jewish.
Okay.
And sort of, New York Jewish.
Yeah.
And so when I'd be watching, I'd think, yes, this looks like someone who lives in St Kilda and how they understate things when they're doing humour.
Yeah.
With other people.
So humour is really important too, Andrew. Yeah. And what about eye contact? Do you have good eye contact, or was he looking around the room?
Right. He would look at the audience in general and scan the room.
Yeah.
For 500 people, you're not making individual eye contact.
Yeah.
So it's important lots of times, but if you don't have it, you can still succeed.
Yeah. So my experience in the welfare sector is doing presentations for around about 10, maybe 12 people. That would be like the norm for presentations.
Yeah.
Unless you get like really up there, like that psychiatrist who's
Yeah.
famous and incredibly knowledgeable.
Yeah.
When you start off in the industry and community services, you're probably going to be doing around 10 to 12 people.
Yes, the size of the class that you're in, so which could be 20, but that's
Yeah,
better.
yeah. So what could you do in terms of looking at the audience if you had 10 to 12 people?
Oh, just as you just look at each person,
Yeah, look at each person. Yeah,
but don't stare at them, just sort of make
yeah,
eye contact and move on to the next one.
yeah. So far for our good presentation that we've got brainstorming here, it's got to be relevant. You need to have good knowledge of the subject,
Yes,
humour, look at each person. And you've got to be light. You've got to engage the audience, and you also need to engage the audience by looking at them and the humour. Is there any other ways that you engage the audience?
oh, hang on,
Yes.
things,
Yeah.
yeah, even links, yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And what about you were saying before he was looking at the audience? Did he look them in the eye, or did he look slightly above them, or could you see where he was looking?
He was looking at the bulk, at the middle, and then scanning left and right, and
Yeah. So scan left and right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we've got a few things that make a good presentation. What about when you went to the psychiatrist, Andrew? Did he have a PowerPoint presentation or did he just talk?
he just talked.
Okay. Yeah. So when we're starting out in the industry, it's okay to have that kind of visual cue, have some
Yeah.
notes, but it's really not good if we just stare at the notes.
Oh no, this man never stared at the
He
notes.
never stared at the notes. Yeah. It's hard to remember all the content though, isn't it?
Yes, but you've got to do the best with what you've got, and remember what you've got.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, for me personally, making presentations, cue cards are really good. They sit flat in my
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
Uh, I can move them through one at a time.
Yeah.
If once I start, I get out of order. I still remember everything on the cue card anyway, but they're a good start and a good sort of
Yeah. Yeah. So we
like. And very worst cases, you go. I'll just look at my cards here for a second, but that's the worst case when you go off topic.
yeah. It sounds like you have a good knowledge of presentation. So we've got for the good presentation, we've got relevant, knowledge of the system, we've got humour, we've got cue cards with some
For some people,
for some people we don't read off the cue cards. That's not good. You look at each person, engage the words. My next question for you, Andrew, is I'm going to turn the page. Bad presentations. Have you had any experience with seeing a really boring or poor presentation before?
yes.
Yes, tell me about it.
Well, yeah, listen from people who really aren't interested in being there on the
So
presentation.
they're not motivated. Is that what you're saying? Not motivated. Yep. What else? What other like?
Oh, another one is when they're anxious
Yeah.
and the audience asks them questions that they should know but they don't.
Mm,
And then then the presenter is left on the spot
yeah.
and they've lost credibility.
So
And that can often lead to other people in the audience asking difficult questions.
so you're saying they don't have a good knowledge of the subject.
Yes, and
Yeah.
it can be catchy
Yeah.
with the audience when one person asks a hard question,
Yeah.
the next person will ask a hard question.
Yeah. We're gonna one of the next modules. We're actually going to explore answering questions because that's a really important part of presentations.
Yeah.
We'll touch on that in one of the next videos.
Yeah.
We were saying to bad presentation, not motivated, poor knowledge of the subject. What about their body language? Is there anything?
Yes,
Yes,
not wanting to be
you can see from their body language.
so in their body language.
Showing so yeah, what happens with their body language when they're not doing a good job as a presenter?
They cross their arms,
Yeah. What else?
or they drop their arms and they drop their shoulders.
Yeah.
Uh, they stop smiling
Yeah. Yeah.
and stop making eye contact.
Yeah. You're listing some really great ones. So poor eye contact. Yeah. Yeah. So they cross their arms, they drop their shoulders, they stop smiling. The eye contact is quite poor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What about
Or
like
they become defensive.
defensive? What happens when they become defensive?
Any sort of questions with that, to them if yes or no.
Okay, yep, yes or no response. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Or they'll state that they've already entered that system.
yeah. Have you ever been to a presentation and you feel like you've given the same presentation 100 times and then robotic? Have you ever experienced anything like that?
Yes. And I had a really Christian upbringing, and you'd hear the sermon in church, and often there would be an old sermon that they would represent.
Yeah,
And so from early childhood, I was used to uninspiring presentations.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We've got a few. So we've got they're not motivated. They've got a poor knowledge of the subject. Their body language is crossing their arms. They stop smiling. Their eye contact's poor. They become defensive with yes or no responses.
Yeah.
They're uninspiring. Is there any more that you want to add to this?
Yeah. They don't respond to the mood of the room.
Yeah. Yeah.
They won't be happy.
Yeah.
If the subject matter is hard going,
Yeah. Yeah.
well, they won't respond to that. They won't say this. I know this is really difficult for some of you.
Yeah.
They'll just stomp over the top.
Yeah. Yeah. So don't respond to the mood of the room. I guess that's like when you were saying before with the humour. You can sort of like the feeling in the room with humour at the start of the presentation. Would you agree with that, Andrew?
I would. And humour can be excellent, but it can also be dangerous if you go too far.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Like a bit racist or something.
Racist or sexual jokes
Yeah.
are dangerous.
Yes.
Humour about yourself
Yes.
is really safe.
So you've had
Making humour about yourself is the best.
yes. Okay.
And the easiest because you know your own style.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. What about, like we were saying before, with good presentations, you can have cue cards in your hand, you can't look at them. Have you experienced a bad presentation where someone's read from a PowerPoint or read from their cue cards and not looked at the audience? That's a common no-go.
Yeah, that is common, and reading off the laptop. So it's even worse than reading um, off a PowerPoint because only the presenter can see the information and
Yeah,
it's in the computer.
yeah. And it's so boring, isn't it?
Yes, and yes,
Yeah,
it's boring, and you can read yourself. You don't actually
yeah,
need to read him to
yeah.
read the PowerPoint.
Yeah. What about like I know we talked a little bit about good presentations. Sometimes when I've delivered presentations in the community services sector, I find that a video is a really good method for engagement. A lot of people like videos, and I think with the videos you've got to keep them short and relevant. Would you agree with that, Andrew?
Yeah, definitely. And you don't want them looking like you're showing them a video instead of working.
Yeah,
So they've got to be short and relevant.
yeah,
Even if there's
yes,
a number of them, and then discussion after each one
yeah,
tends to work better than a long one. Because
yeah,
sometimes people's attention span, they've forgotten what happened at the beginning of a 15-minute video because they're used to the 15-second huge clip.
yeah, yeah. So in my experience, I've delivered quite a few presentations to staff.
Yeah.
And I've also delivered presentations regularly to clients on a range of mental health topics.
Yes.
Do you reckon that you need to sort of change your presentation depending on your audience?
Yes, but not without the sacrifice of content. But
Yeah,
yes. If you're talking to people with little knowledge, you need to teach them the basics. And if they already know
Yeah.
what's going on. You don't need to tell them again.
Yeah. So I hate to spend my pays. Yeah. Okay. So one of the other things that I just want to touch on this class is, are you familiar with the intro, body, and conclusion format?
Those particular words. No,
What words are you familiar with
around there.
around a beginning, a middle, and an end? How are you aware of that? Would you like to go over that a little bit in this class?
But it doesn't mean introduction and
Yes.
body of the word.
Conclusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people have short attention spans, right?
You're talking about me.
No, I'm not talking about you,
You
but
thought?
I'm talking about a lot of
You
people.
thought you're not talking.
No, I'm talking about a lot of people have short attention spans. So in our introduction,
Yes.
we need to talk about what we're going to talk about.
Yes.
So we need to talk about what we're going to talk about. Generally, when we're delivering presentations in community service industries, we want to have 3 or 4 points.
Yes.
Yes, because if we have too many points, people lose track of what we're talking about.
Yes.
Yes. So in the introduction, we want to put 3 points, 3 or 4 points. We want to talk about what we're going to talk about
Yes.
in the presentation. In the presentation, we want to expand on those 3 to 4 points.
Yes.
Then when we do the conclusion, we want to
Some of those three.
remind them of those 3 or 4 points.
Yes.
So they've really got 3 chances. They've got the introduction with the 3 points.
Yes.
We've got the middle with the 3 points,
If they want, especially if they want more detail.
especially if they want more detail. And then we've got the ending with 3 or 4 points.
Yes.
Are you familiar with the KISS model?
No.
Keep it simple.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Yes.
Yes,
Yes. It's very useful. Yes.
it's very useful. Okay. So, yeah, okay. So I've got a little PowerPoint, I've got a little video that I've got off YouTube. And this video will be in the session plan if you want to watch it.
Yeah.
If you're re-watching our presentation.